Let us decide the fate of the Shinuchi. What's up guys, I'm Hunter here, and here we are to do a breakdown / live reaction and review to chapter 44 of Kagurabachi, which is known as The Curtain Falls. And I'm very intrigued. The Rakuzachi is over, the head of the Sazanami clan is dead, the Shinuchi is on the ground, still sheathed up, we know there's still people in the room, supposedly Hiyuki scared off the big bad, so I wonder what's gonna happen to the Shinuchi, the most powerful of the mystic blades. It's gonna be intriguing. And thank you for the person who corrected me. I did not know that Shinuchi was already confirmed to be the powerful blade, or the most powerful blade. So yeah, I guess, like, technically, no other blade does have to live up to what it offers. It just needs to be different. So, whoops, my bad. I thought the other ones still had to be stronger or something. I didn't know it was already the strongest. I thought it was just, like, the most special, because you didn't have to, like, unsheath it to wield it and its unique abilities. But no, I'm very, very intrigued now. So let's hop right into chapter 44 of Kagurabachi. Editing me, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on. Sorry about that. I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, this color page kind of fire. We got Shiba, we got Chihiro, and we got Hakuri. I feel like he's still high as something. He's maybe not like, I don't think Shiba's like secretly gonna be revealed to be like a bad guy or anything. Like, that'd be a crazy plot twist. that'd be a my wild thing. But regardless, I don't think he's gonna be like revealed to be evil. But I still feel like we haven't seen this guy go all out. I know he was struggling against the Sazanami clan's elite guard, but like, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. He's held in too high regard. He's clearly too powerful. He's clearly too soul. I don't trust it. You hiding something, Shiba. I'm putting it down right now. If anything, if Shiba ends up being revealed to be just like a god tier in the verse, or if it ends up being something, we don't know everything about Shiba. In a good and bad way. It's good that we don't know everything. That means we can still be surprised by him in the future. But I'm sprinkling little drops of doubt. For Chihiro, yeah, obviously he's our main character. He's just going to keep on cooking. And Hakuri, once again, with his own subspace now, access to Iso, and boundless potential, now free of the binds of his clan, literally and figuratively, I'm very, very, very intrigued to see his role in the future. If he just ends up becoming a consistent party member, and this is the 3-man squad from now on, if it's Shiba, Chihiro, and Hakuri, meanwhile, Char is taken care of by, insert the girl's name, I completely forgot. I'm down. This squad is going to go crazy recovering the last of the blades. But let's actually hop into chapter 44, The Curtain Fall. Oh, and Hiyuki. I'm so interested to see how she reacts, considering she's technically the arm of the government here, at least a little bit. But let's see. Oof! Just dropped. Hey! What happened? He's dead! Kira Sazanami is dead! Yeah. It do be like that. Actually, going to be like, oh, the flowers went away, though. Huh. Is everyone alive now? Kind of whack. Where's the flower? But let's see. I don't know. You know what? I do like that. At least from my interpretation of this. Unless he's knocked out. I can't tell if he's knocked out or if he's mourning. Like, it's still his dad. Like, and he still spent so much of his life trying to be the son that his dad wanted. So ultimately to see him fall, even if he knows that it was needed, even if he knows that his father was wrong, even if he knows that his whole life he lived a lie upon a lie upon a lie upon a lie, it was nothing more than a tool for a man who was no more than a tool to a legacy that neither had any control over. That's still his dad. So of course he's going to feel some type of way about seeing him go. That's natural. That's human. But Chihiro, pick up that sword, please. And Chihiro Rokuhira's here. Uh-oh. We gotta clap his cheeks. Wait. Well, not like that, not like that. But, even Shiba knows, like, that's rough, buddy. not on some, kind of on some Zuko type beat, but not on some Zuko type beat. You know what I'm talking about. But, Shiba understands it. Let's see. Uh-oh, what's happening? What, the whole area collapsed? Wait, what's happening? I actually can't tell. What was that sound? What was that sound? As if the Shinuchi in the aftermath from the shockwaves weren't chaotic enough. Yuki's on a rampage. It's gonna cause some damage. Good thing we got out of there. The front entrance looks bad too. What? Why is Hiyuki... Wait, Why is she tweaking? It's over. The fight's done, ain't it? The fight's done, ain't it? Is the curtain really falling? Hold on now. Wait a minute. The front entrance looks bad too. What's happening? Hey, this place is collapsing. Uh-oh. I think this is more than uh-oh, Shiba. Let's see. Run! But on the podium. That's an enchant. I said Mystic Blade earlier. It's the enchanted blade. It's mine! Don't you? You idiot! You want to die? It's mine! The Fiends. Like, once again, I'm trying to think. Like, for example, right? Let's say this really was Mjolnir. Like, Marvel's Mjolnir, right? If it was just sitting there untouched, and I knew I could grab it, yeah, I probably, because, like, who would want it? Like, especially if we're going by, like, Marvel Thor logic, where, like, if he be worthy, he shall obtain the power of Thor, on some Captain America type beat, on some Jane Foster type beat, where, like, you pick up the hammer, and you basically get the powers of, like, what, pre-awakened Thor. He become his equivalent. You could argue, like, based on Love and Thunder, that Jane and him actually became equals, which is even crazier, which means you get the powers of post-awakened Thor, even though, like, the whole point of the hammer in Ragnarok was established to be like, oh, you are not the god of hammers, you are your own individual, your power comes from yourself, but then, you know, there's a whole bunch of conflict in, like, how the MCU is written on a macro scale. But would that be the case? Yeah, I'd take it. But if I just saw someone wield Mjolnir, and they were using its abilities to cause a whole bunch of havoc around me and nearly take my life, and then also they immediately die just from holding the thing, and BT dubs, they picked up Mjolnir, but they never actually picked up Mjolnir. They aren't, like, swinging it at anybody. They're kind of just, like, guiding it around by its strap, and it's doing all that, and then they immediately die. I know, because he was also being attacked, but still, it didn't help. They can have... I don't want it at that point, because it's not worth it. Like, what am I going to do with that level of power if I can't even control it? And that's the comparison here. But I suppose it's the desperation. And a lot of people here are here likely to represent other people, not necessarily themselves. And I bet if their bosses heard... I'm sorry. You mean to tell me the Shinuchi, the most powerful and mysterious of the enchanted blades, was sitting there on the stage, and you just walked away? Especially, yeah, in this universe, especially where we've seen that superiors are more than willing to just randomly execute their subordinates for any, not even insubordination, just failing to complete a task. Yeah, never mind. They're making the right choice. In universe, they're making the right choice. In reality, I'd be gone. But as I mentioned last chapter, I'd been going way before I got to this point. But let's see. It's mine! Chihiro, if you don't grab that thing and dip, grab it! Grab it now! Let's see. Oop, wait. I need to do this. Yep, there we go. Does he have the Shinuchi, though? Does he have the Shinuchi? Is he holding the Shinuchi? Chihiro, you look mad tired, bro. I do understand that, though. Shiba, clutching up. Let's go! Huh? Who grabbed it? Did Chihiro actually grab it? That's actually a really cool... I like the hilt design on that. That's a really nice hilt design. But, hold on. Chihiro, you grabbed the Shinuchi, didn't you? These are the flowers. Yeah, all the flowers. I wonder why. Is it just because Shinuchi was put down, it's not being wielded anymore? So, well, I suppose all the flowers and all the constructs are technically made of spirit energy. So if there's no more spirit energy being funneled into the blade, it's likely that all of its effects would disappear. It's not like he spawned real flowers. It's all based on fractions of fractions. It looks like Chihiro's arm, though. So I'm assuming he does end up grabbing the Shinuchi. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So he got a grip on it. Okay, that's good. I thought he was actually, like, Shiba was going to teleport him out before he could grab it. That would have been dangerous. That would have been real dangerous. And, like, I'm still interested in what he's going to do with it, though. Because there still is that eternal contract that's set up with the original wielder. And the original wielder has already shown he can come, hey, give me the sword. Like, the original wielder has already shown but then again, Chihiro doesn't know that. We know that. But I wonder how he's going to deal with that. The fact that the original holder of the Shinuchi is still out there, still alive, and fully capable of being like, bring. Hey, buddy, that's my weapon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, that's my weapon. So I'm going to need that back. Now. Oh, you don't want to give it back. Oh, ain't no problem. That's all right, G. I'm gonna take over your body now. And, like, of course, obviously, Chihiro being a wielder and, like, child of the creator of the Enchanted Blades, likely has some sort of dominion over them that probably, if not equals, maybe rivals the holders of the Eternal Contracts. But still, with how powerful and unique the Shinuchi is, I wouldn't be shocked if even Chihiro struggles to wield it, with the original Blade wielder being like, hey, Shinuchi, rip his lungs out. But he is more experienced with the Enchanted Blade, so there's going to be some drawback to him having the Shinuchi, but I don't think it'll be as crazy as what happened to Kyoto. But let's see. The Enchanted Blade's gone too! I hope it was worth it. As this building collapses in on all of you, I hope it was worth it. Running for it instead of running out of the building. I really hope it was worth it. You're gonna get back shots from the roof. Let's see. That was close. Chihiro? Ah, no, Yuki, wait! No, Yuki, wait, please! That was close. Chihiro? But I was just holding him. So, it's safe to touch now. I told you. I'm taking both Enchanted Blades. Yeah. But there's still so much chapter left. No way. I'm assuming the big bad's gonna show. If I had to hazard a guess, this is super fresh. I saw no spoilers for the chapter. If I'm assuming what's gonna happen, Yuki may try to take the blades, but the big bad is gonna show up and be like, and he's just gonna take it, because I don't think either of them can defeat him. Even though I'm not fully confident that guy that showed up a couple chapters ago when I started reviewing is actually the big bad, I'm like, I don't even want to say 50-50. I'm like 70 to 80% sure that he's not actually the big bad. He's clearly powerful enough that I wouldn't be shocked if he just appeared, whoop, and then left. And then Hyuki, who's already probably a bit fatigued from wielding Flamebone so much, and definitely Chihiro, who's super fatigued from doing everything he's done today, and not even fully healing from his last encounter. Yeah. They may just lose. I don't think we're going to lose N10, though. At best, the Shinuchi's going to get taken. I feel like we can't. Unless Hokuzono Sensei really wants to shatter our ankles, no way he's losing N10. That's his main weapon. No way. Let's see. ... Even look at him. He's like, really? You gonna do this for real? So, right as Mr. Shiba was about to transport us, Taifuku whisked me into the alternate space. Ah! Smart. He does have that. So many characters have... Well, I say so many, but so far 3 characters and one whole bloodline has been revealed to have space manipulation abilities. So this verse, it's not like the most powerful yet. Obviously, it's only 44 chapters young, and there's still way more time for feats to be shown. But at least in terms of hacks, 3 space manipulators? That's pretty good. Obviously, the speed is lacking, but even then, I've seen some weird calcs based on like what happened with Cloud Gouger. So, if you can argue any of the space manipulators are able to like intercept characters who can move, I think like the best calc I've seen though was like Massively Hypersonic. So, like if a space manipulator can seal you in an alternate dimension at Massively Hypersonic speeds, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But let's see. Sorry, I need to go back. No, look, the whole building coming down. Whole building's coming down. Boom. Tarn. Yeah. Anyone who was in there got crushed. Uh-oh. Who are those, though? Are those the 2 government agents? Let's see. Oh! Never mind. Oh, they saved them. Why are they taking the blades? Only one. Huh. So you... Okay. Huh. Put me down. Sure. I'm going ahead. Hey! The Shinuchi! Where do you think... But she let him keep N10? What happened? Okay, you can't deceive and beguile me. You can't deceive and beguile me. Hokuzono Sensei. I know your games. Why is she only taking the Shinuchi? If that even is the Shinuchi. Because why is it wrapped up like that? I mean, sealed, maybe so she can hold it. But... Something went down. They had a little conversation. They had a little talking trade. Because why does he still have N10? Why did she not take both? Hey, the Shinuchi. Where do you think you're... I made an offer, and he took it. You made a deal? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever, fine. If he said it, go ahead. And once again, I can understand I can understand Chihiro giving up the Shinuchi specifically because, like, one, he probably has, at some point, in some way, developed a form of trust. Maybe not, like, legitimate full trust. I highly doubt they're buddy-buddy now. But he's developed some sort of understanding with Hiyuki. And I think Hiyuki's developed some sort of understanding with him. So as long as she's watching over it, the wielder of Flamebone, it's very likely that the Shinuchi will be in not the best of hands. It's going back to the clearly somewhat, probably corrupt, probably invaded by the main bad guy, probably being run by the main bad guy government. So like clearly something bad is going to happen with the Shinuchi being in their possession. If that is the real Shinuchi, once again, who knows? But with that being the case, Chihiro likely trusts that, hey, I still have N10. There are still 3 more blades I need to go collect anyway. And it's in her hands. I can trust that. Especially considering if he just said no, he was fully at their mercy. Chihiro, well, Hiyuki seems mostly fine. I presume if she wanted to keep fighting, she very likely could. We don't actually know how much of Flamebone takes of her own spirit energy, how extensive her battle with the Big Bad was, or if the Big Bad literally saw her punch once and was like, deuces. And clearly, the battle even with Kyoto didn't tax her too much. Meanwhile, it's clear that Chihiro was super fatigued. Like, there's no way that man was going to be able to keep fighting. So a deal that puts the blade in the hands of someone he trusts and someone powerful like Yuki, on top of him still being able to keep N10, yeah, I get making the bargain. He literally had no leverage in that scenario. But let's see. What did you talk about? What happens next? What happens next? What are you gonna do? After this? Mr. Shiba told me not to worry about my family. I mean, oh yeah, the older brother. He's still, but then again, I think he was in the basement, so he's probably fine. But Mr. Shiba told me to not worry about my family. Uh-oh, what's happening? What's going on? My Sharingan, I can't read this. Kill me. If I survive, I can never face Tenri. No, go home. There's still little ones, right? I'm not going to criticize Tenri's way of life, but we don't want the younger ones heading down that path. Go home. If you can set them straight, Tenri won't have died in vain. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. So Shiba, he's a nice guy, and that's interesting. Once again, it really becomes a question of who, because I don't think this is the older brother. This is a different older sibling or uncle. I forget what this guy's role is, if he's just another one of Kyoto's kids or not. Considering he doesn't appear in the flashback with the others, I don't think he's a kid. He may be like another relative, a cousin or something of the sort. But depending on who the Sazanami clan falls to, they could end up being allies in the future, but with the other older brother who is also clearly fully indoctrinated by Kyoto's teachings and so on and so forth. I wouldn't be shocked if they still end up being some sort of long-term enemy, or at least if he does. I think he's naturally meant to be Hakure's endgame, his end-tier antagonist, or at least a middle-game boss that he's going to have to overcome to properly, fully accept the grief and loss he went through with his family. At least based on my perspective. And the fact that it's being kept vague whether or not he survived, at least so far. I think I'm only halfway through the chapter. 12 to 13 pages in, I may be more than halfway. Let's see. Anyway, it's not like I can go home. I'm the Sazanami clan's enemy. My father. Oop. Yep. Oh, so see, the flowers are there. Okay, so Hokuzono Sensei just forgot to draw them for that one panel. Okay. I did think it was strange that the flowers just disappeared, but no, but see, they forgot to draw them a couple times. But because this is the building collapsing in on them. So yeah, I'm interesting that he was drawing the flowers that time. Let's see. No matter how warped he was always my North Star. I don't know what to do now. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's, once again, I kind of went on a little dad rant last time, but my dad also is the guy I've always looked up to. Of course, I've looked up to both my parents, my mom and my dad. They're both people who I've based a lot of my personality, at least from what I can tell, off my mom. But my base, my original origins, as my mom always says, I'm a carbon copy of my dad. Always have been, likely always will be, to some degree. A lot of my base instincts come from him. But also just looking up to him. He's a hard worker. I've never heard the man complain. To this day, To this day, I've never seen the man cry. Not once. I know that's like bad. That's like a toxic masculinity thing. But no, never once. He's never felt comfortable. And I'm assuming he's cried before. When I've been alive. Been alive for a minute now. So he's most certainly cried. But I've never seen it. Never even seen remnants of it. Heard of it. Nothing. Because he's always been that. He's been... While I understand his mortality. I've long since understood human mortality as an older guy myself. But I do understand what Hakuryu's going through. There are aspects of my dad that I don't like. There are aspects of my dad that were passed on to me that I specifically work and go out of my way to curve because I understand they are negative traits. But still, that's my dad. And remember, Hakuryu spent a big, even though he was beat, tortured, mistreated by his family, he spent a big portion of his life trying to be exactly what his dad wanted. This rebellion against the Sazanami clan, this awakening of the wrongs that they've committed, all that is super duper recent. The backstory with the woman who wielded ice was not that long ago in universe. So to not just watch, but be an active contributor to the death of your own father, after for the entirety of your known life, he's been the one person you looked up to, the one person you cared about, the one person, well, not the one person you cared about, the one person that sort of was that guiding light. Yeah, it's going to be rough moving on and accepting that. Ultimately, he's gone. I can understand that pain. And I do like that Chihiro's immediately reflecting on it too. He knows how it feels. He knows how it feels possibly even greater than Hakuryu, because unlike Kyoda, it seems like Kunishige was a genuine, real, good father. He had his flaws too, as we saw in the first chapter, but Chihiro loved his dad, just like Hakuryu loved his. So yeah, it's an unbelievably rough situation to be put in, and I can understand the pain that Hakuryu's in. I'm Big Sis! Huh? Yeah. Let's see. You! Sorry, I know that's his name, but you! Aw, they got to reunite. You saved them. Even outside a cage, there's no hope. See, I was wrong, but I get it. Hope. Yep. Give Hakuryu a little bit of a guiding light. Chihiro, will you let me keep... Yeah, mate! Okay. Admittedly, there was a part of me. It makes sense, especially with the opening of this page. The opening of this chapter, I should have just let it click. Like, okay, that's shown us the trio. They're going to be the trio for now. But I was a little bit worried that Hakuryu was kind of going to go on his own and like try to figure out what he was going to do. Now that he has the power to defend himself, now that he has his own subspace, now that he realizes that he can't go back home, I thought like he was kind of going to go on a journey of isolation. It's happened before where characters in a story that I swore were going to stick around for a while, like become part of the main crew, just up and vanish for like huge swaths of the story. They'll come back later typically, but still they'll just dip, absolutely vanish from the narrative for a while. And I was scared that was going to be Hakuryu, but no. He's sticking around. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. Let's see. I want to keep providing the value you saw in me. For over 2 centuries, countless lives were assigned prices, and those people's hope was stolen by the Rakuzachi, the stew that stirred the passions of vile lowlifes. Finally, after all these years, right here and now, let's see. Tolling of a bell. Falls the curtain. The Rakuzachi's over. So, what comes next? That's a good question. Oh, okay, so we're gonna fly. Okay, so we are getting an explanation of the deal in this chapter. I didn't want anyone else to possess the enchanted blades. Oh? But the circumstances have changed. For the first time, I glimpsed a fraction of the Shinuchi's powers. Yeah, so I can't wait to see the full power Shinuchi, dog. Like, if this is really just a fraction of what it can do, well, she thought, what is the full blade cooking? Let me see. Today, for the first time, I glimpsed a fraction of the Shinuchi's powers, and I realized they're far more immense than I ever imagined. It's horrifying. My dad barely spoke of the Shinuchi. Maybe he wanted to hide that power. Yeah, once again, a bunch of people bring up fantastic theories in last week's comment section about like what inspired Kunishige to do this. Like, and like, how are the Enchanted Blades born? Once again, based on his own hesitance to talk about it, I do think Kunishige himself played a pretty decent role in actively divining the abilities of the blade. Because it seems like he feels genuine guilt about Shinuchi. He talked with Chihiro about what every single other blade had to offer, to the point where Chihiro knows all their abilities, their tactics, their backstory. But it's clear that he just never even had a concept of what the Shinuchi had to offer. So, for that to be the case, what was born of the Shinuchi? What caused it? What inspired Rokuhira? Was it... I saw some people talking about how hypothetically Kunishige had a garden or something that inspired him, or some bad experience with insects, or something along those lines, but the great power to be contained in the Shinuchi, it's so I don't know, I'm excited to see its full potential, and I do think ultimately the original wielder is going to be a boss fight later. Like, after Chihiro develops more and becomes a stronger warrior and gets a better understanding of himself and his potential, then I think he will ultimately have to go and reclaim the Shinuchi. Likely from its original wielder, which is going to require insane amounts of prowess and effort to properly defeat him. For two reasons. One, because the original wielder is clearly being said to not be the best of guys. Two, the Shinuchi is one of the Enchanted Blades. Rokuhira is basically required to get it on his quest. And three, I do think it's sort of being hinted at here that the Eternal Contract is something that's going to stick. And the only way it can break is if the original wielder dies. So, one way or another, whether the original wielder actually ends up being evil or Chihiro's just got to come for his life, it's going to be debatable, but I smell a little bit of evil in that man's brains. But let's see. Editing me, let me see if I can hook you up. Yeah. I don't know how it works, or when it could go off like that again. I can't let the Shinuchi on the loose. Those Kamunabi, old farts created the seal. I don't have the ability to create a seal like that. Then let the Kamunabi, but the risks are too great if I hand it over. You saw what happened at the Rakuzachi. The Isaku were there. One of them told me that their goal is to use the Shinuchi. They expected the Kamunabi to buy it, but still, they submitted it to the auction. Get it? I know the Kamunabi are the ones that can seal it away, but the Isaku wanted them to get a hold of it. Once again, but then again, I did mention, it's clearly the Hisaku are somewhat integrated into the government, the Kamunabi. Like, it's so, well, and obviously just because it's like a common story trope. Huh? What? You mean the big government organization that controls the entire nation is somehow being controlled by the bad guys? Crazy! But like, it's clear to some degree that is the case. And on some level, it does make sense that you would want, if you're trying to control everything one way or another, you would want to have control over the biggest, baddest thing you could get control over. So why not the government that runs everything? It's a logical play to make. It's why it's a story trope, naturally, but it makes sense in universe, regardless of what universe it's in, because you would want control over the big, bad organization. But let's see. But the Isaku wanted them to get a hold of it. Once the Kamunabi have it, the Isaku will make their next move. So what? To seal it again, the Kamunabi need to have it. Yeah, but that's the thing. What are the chances that it actually gets sealed again? Basically none. Like, there's a reason they want it back. They're willing to spend so much to get it back. Come on now. I think even Hiyuki knows it. To some degree, she understands, like, oh yeah, he's spitting right now. Like, there's no way the blade's actually going to get resealed and not cause havoc in some way. But let's see. As for what we'll do, we'll drive them out into the open and stop the evildoers. Right. We can't let the enchanted blades be used for evil. Our objective is the same. Take the Shinuchi. Yeah, he's like, go ahead, have it. You want it? You got it, dog. And then once again, what I say, it's because he trusts Yuki. He understands. Like I said, they formed a bond of trust over their battles and their interactions. Ooh! Wait a minute! Oh, I was not expecting that, huh? But I'm not willing to just step away. There'll never really be eternal conflict. When the Kamunabi have entered under this jurisdiction, your mission would be complete. There's one solution that works for us both. What are you getting at? I need to know what my father was holding back. The deeper I dig into this, the more I can learn. Let me join the Kamunabi. Alright, plot twist on plot twist on plot. Hold on. I was not expecting that. Get back over there, buddy. Sit it down. I was not expecting he's gonna join the Kamunabi. Intrigue. Now that's a way to progress the story. That's intriguing. We're gonna join forces. Alright. That's dangerous. That's exciting, but this chapter was undeniably peak. I like it. It does a good job wrapping up this arc properly, showing the after effects, showing the loss of all the lives of those terrible people, and also showing us that Hakuri is going to stick around. He's going to become a main cast member, but also seeing Chihiro decide to join the Kamunabi, who are not necessarily enemies, but clearly not allies. Oh, I'm excited. And you know what that means? You know, people are talking about the idea that Hyuki could hypothetically end up joining Chihiro, but it's kind of happening like that, but backwards. Chihiro's going to attempt to join Hyuki. So we may, the 4-man squad gonna go crazy. I know I should say 5-man squad because the big guy, but I forget his name. But Hyuki, Hakuri, Shiba, and Chihiro, that squad's gonna go crazy. Who are they gonna fight? Who are they gonna raffle stop, dog? Who has the other 3 enchanted blades? That should be a wash no matter who they're fighting, dog. They get still into subspace and they just start throwing hands. What? Oh, man, I'm so excited. Alright, Kagurabachi got me hyped. Man, see, now if I could go back in time, I wish I could have reviewed this from the start. But we're here now, we're locked in, and we're good to see what happens when the curtains rise again. But alright, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave flaming fish. Like flaming as in the word, like flame bone, but flaming fish as in like what comes out of N10. Fish. I feel like I know somebody's gonna be funny and spell it like fish as in like fishing as in bad email. Phish. Fish as in FISH. Please. Or do fishing. The other fishing could be funny too. But with that being the case, leave flaming fish in the comment section down below. I did thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on every videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 monthly things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions to every other series I review, and free reviews of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below, where you can drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our $3 members, Zena, Greyhound, Astro, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, G Prosper, Red Wolf 4765, and Paris Arnold. I'd like to leave another big ol' thank you to our $5 patrons, Sean, Sammy, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Josh Brown, and A+A. And I'd like to give a great big thank you to our $7 members, Autumn Mornings Lazo, Fine, and That Guy. And I'd like to give a great big thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and Akid's Void. And I'd like to give big, hefty, juicy thank yous to our $10 patrons, Panda Goat, Michael Williamson, Metal Solid Crisis, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give the biggest, juiciest, meatiest, sloppiest, and heftiest thank you of them all to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.